Oh, absolutely. I think you always got to strive to, do better than you have before. I had some things fall my way. Had a pretty decent game, but, I had some plays I missed too, so always room for improvement.
As a team, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. There's always room for improvement that way. 85 yards, you got to try to hold someone to 0. You got to try to hold someone to 84 yards. You got to try, and just so on and so forth. So I think there's always room for improvement. You look at the film, you look at, we weren't 100%. So there's a lot of room for improvement there.
Auggie, Coach was just saying that it hasn't just been one guy. It seems like every week it's a different guy stepping up. Has that been the key to your success?
Oh, 100%. You got a lot of guys making a lot of plays, and it's coming from all areas. The linebackers make some plays one week, the DBs make it the next week, and then the D line makes it the following week, and that's good to see. It's not we're not counting on one sole group. It's kind of a team thing, and that's what makes it special.
Did you get to watch the East Carolina game when it was going on? Did you get to enjoy the weekend watching football, but particularly watching your next opponent?
We came in and we had meetings when they were playing, but they did some really good things against them. When you go back and watch film, they had 600 yards of offense, so they did some really good things there. So we got to be ready for that.
What kind of stress do they try to put on the defense? So they spread it out wide and usually go to one guy.
Yeah, they have really good athletes on the perimeter. They have really good athletes at the running back position, and they have a quarterback that I think transferred from Duke who's playing real well. But they are going to spread you out, and they're going to throw the ball, and they got some athletes, and we got to be prepared for that. We got to be able to cover them, and we got to be able to make tackles.
How much fun are you guys having out there on defense?
It's fun. I mean, anytime you win, you're having fun. I would say. But you see a lot of guys, caring about each other and celebrating, and they're just happy that we're doing well. And when somebody makes a play, it could be the fourth string, long snapper, and we're getting excited. So, it's special, and it's a good time to be out there and just playing with your brothers and doing what we like to do.
Charlie seemed a lot looser today during his press conference. Have you noticed that he's kind of letting loose?
Who?
Charlie.
Nah, man, that guy walks around. He's ready to go. So the intensity's always there.
What's been the biggest difference? You held the team under 100 yards last year that ran the ball pretty much however they wanted last season. What's been the biggest difference in this unit? Is the pressure up front? Is it the coverage on the foot? What's making this work?
I always say you're only as good as your defensive line. And I think when you go back and you look at the 4 games we've played, they've dominated those games. When you dominate the line of scrimmage and you create another line of scrimmage, you're going to have success. But then you got guys feeding off of their energy. You got guys feeding off of each other, and they're making plays when they're there. So.
I know you guys don't try to get too caught up in the stats, but the numbers are pretty remarkable right now. Is it amazing just to see how far this unit has come?
Absolutely, but kind of like you said, you can't get caught up in the stats. We've only played 4 games, and our competition's only going to get a lot harder. And you start with ECU, and I think going into a game, they're the first team we're playing that's put up 600 yards before. So it is nice. It's good to see. Hey, because last year we were near the bottom of all those rankings, but as long as we keep winning games and we keep doing the right things, then everything else will take care of itself.
There's really, this day and age in college football, there's really no such thing as a trap game anymore. Every game can be a trap. Do you think this team is mature enough to realize that you can't go up there and just kind of take the separate off?
Oh, 100%. Kind of like what you said. BJ mentioned it today, that any given Saturday in college football, someone can beat one of the best teams in the country. So somebody can beat one of the worst teams in the country, could go beat the number 1 ranked team in the country. So we're well aware of that. I think we always look back at the seniors, but we've been here numerous times to go into games where we think we're just going to blow someone out, and it's a lot tighter than what we were expecting. But absolutely, now that we have a more mature group and we have a group that kind of knows how to play football and kind of knows college football, I don't think you walk into any game thinking it's a trap game. I think you walk into games knowing that anyone can beat you at any given time.
Quinton, I'm curious, it's good to have a good field goal kicker, but after about the 4th or 5th, you get frustrated and you want to make up for that this week, maybe get more touchdowns?
At the end of the day, it's football. You're going to get frustrated. Things going to happen. You're going to have ups and downs, but at the end of the day, you got to stay together as a team, as a unit, and that's what we did. We needed Emilio at the time, and Emilio came through for us.
outwardly on the field?
No. I'll say not at all. You know, I've been emotional before. In high school, you know, when things happen, you know, you just have to continue, you know, keep going forward.
As the first few games, you were protecting yourself, you know, getting down early, making sure you save your body, and then on the sideline, kind of shoulder a guy. Do you like the contact, or you just wanted to hit someone?
At the time, you know, the guy, you know, kind of said something to me, and you know, I got a little frustrated about it. You know, I felt like I had to catch him on that one, so I did.
Feel good?
Yeah.
Was there more talking, shooting going on back and forth in these last games?
I would say yes. It was more talking in this game. You know, I feel like them guys were trying to get in my head and, you know, get me out of my game. But you know, at the end of the day, I had to stay together as a player. You have to stay together as a team, and that's what I was doing.
You guys are putting up pretty good numbers, but you could do better. When you watch film back, is there something you see that you need to work on a little bit yourself?
I have to work on everything at the end of the day. You know, at any time, any moment, you know, anything can slip. So I try to go out there every day and work on two things through the whole, well, not through the whole week, just that day. If it's accuracy or ball location or just using my legs, I try to pick two things every day once I go out on the field and, you know, make sure I'm on my game. And once I get in the game, it'll be easy for me.
What were the two things today?
Today I had worked on accuracy and just, you know, hit my receivers in stride, you know, not making them break their speed and just letting them keep rolling.
How'd that go?
That went good.
I've heard you say the two things before. When did that start? When did that approach start for you?
I've been doing this since I would say last year around the 6th game. You know, Coach King have been, you know, he been on my butt from last year, and he still do it now. You know, every chance he get, he tell me, you know, what I'm doing wrong, and he just tell me don't feel comfortable. You know, because when you feeling comfortable at any moment, things can slip and it could get away from you. So I just try to stay focused, and every possession I get, I try to make it count.
You've got quite a tailback rotation going on. Those guys are averaging about 100 yards a game. What do you see out of those two guys?
I see, you know, 2, 3 guys back there, you know, they just horses. They going to work. At the end of the day, they go get what they deserve. You just get them guys the ball and let them run. You know, that's what they do best. That's what they signed up for. They signed up to be running backs and run downhill, or if the coach wants you to run sideline to sideline, they signed up for that. So every day they go out, they work hard, they make sure they get positive yards, and, you know, you'll see it in practice that, you know, them guys on each other butt, and it happens in the game. You know, if one mess up, he go talk to him and be like, hey, you missed this gap, you missed that gap, and next play he'll hit it and hit a home run.
You have the best view of those guys of anybody in the stadium. How would you describe their styles? Dearness style and Darius's running style.
I say De'Aaron is a guy that can, you know, do everything. That's why we call him junkyard dog. He can catch. If you want him to catch, he can throw. If you want him to throw, he can run. He can make good cuts. I say Darius Tice, he a guy that, you know, he go downhill. You know, he go punish you. He go hurt you. You know, and we have Trey Sands, a guy that, you know, he go punish you just because he feel like he AP. That's why he got 28, and he runs just like him. So, you know, I talk to him. I tell him every time, you know, just keep doing you and do what's best.
You guys have had to get back on the field a lot quicker this year because the defense has played so well. What's been your thoughts on the way that defensive unit has played?
It just goes back to practice. You know, them guys in practice, you know, even when we going 7-on-7 or 1-on-1s, they don't want our receivers to catch anything. They don't want our running backs to hit any gap. They fill the gaps, and, you know, in practice, whatever they work on in practice, they just do it in the game. You know, they coaches be on them and make sure, you know, they fill their gaps. Tell the DBs just hold them for a certain amount of seconds, and that D-line have to get there, and that's what they've been doing. So, you know, I love them guys for that, and just give me the ball and let us do what we do on offense.
Your long TD run, it looked like there was like a delayed blitz by a linebacker. He came after you, and you just like saw him come, and you're like, I'm going to take off as soon as he comes after you. Did that sort of like key for you? If you see that they're going to try and rush you with like a linebacker, that you can make that guy miss and go by?
Yes, my goal, you know, every time I got the ball in my hands and I'm running, I always make that first guy miss. You know, I have to make that first guy miss because at the end of the day, if everybody hold their block and do what they doing what they're supposed to do, once I make that guy miss, and that's the only guy that's supposed to be, keyed on me, that could be a home run play. So every day, I just try to make that first guy miss and just try to make a home run play.
How much of an improvement with the offensive line have you seen with the current 5 for the last 2 games?
I'll say it's been a lot of improvement. Our coach has been getting on them every single day. We have to just eliminate, flags, our penalties. We have to eliminate that because that's just killing ourselves. When we could be 1st and 10, when now we push back to 1st and 15, 1st and 20. We have to eliminate that, and if we do that, no telling what type of football team we could be.
Have you been impressed at how well Eric Mays has done being converted defensive lineman to now he's the starting left tackle?
Yes, with Eric Mays moving transition, it's a tremendous move, and that guy, he's go out there every day. He try to learn. He never played that position, but at the end of the day, guys just making sacrifices, and he one of them guys. Whatever the coach tell him to do, he just go out there and do it, and that's what I love about Eric Mays and a lot of these other guys. Whatever coach tell them to do, they just do it without asking questions.
We asked Coach Strong in hindsight, when y'all had 1st and goal and couldn't punch it in, if he would have preferred to give you the ball in hindsight. He said, yeah. Did you want the ball? Did you just want to take matters into your own hands?
I tell Coach Gilbertson every time, at the end of the day, he asks me sometimes what play you want me to call, what play you want me to run. At the end of the day, it was whatever he called. We have to execute. We have to go out there and execute our plays and do what we do best. We run it in practice. So once we got out there, we ran it in the game, and we didn't execute it. So I put that on myself. I have to get on them guys, and we have to move. We have to set a new line of scrimmage.
Do you have any freedom in changing the play slightly, or is it all check with me, just run the play as is?
Sometimes it's with me. Sometimes it just whatever Coach Gilbertson say, it just run that play. We have a lot of things that can go into our offense.
Well, we always hear you're always talking team, wins, most important. I'm sure you get it maybe from family, friends, Heisman watch, other players, what they're doing. Do you block it out? Do you check out who's doing what in the Heisman race?
No, not at all. I haven't, ever since I've been in the Heisman race, candidate for the Heisman, but I haven't not yet looked at it. At the end of the day, it's up to the man up above who get it or not. I have to still go out there and play, with my team, because them guys go be the ones that have my back. Them guys go be the ones that help me get it if I get it or not. So just going out there and just being a team player, you have to do that and stay within yourself.
Is it an adjustment when you have a new center at the start of the season, and then now that Cameron's back, is it more of a comfort feeling or more familiarity?
It's the same. At the end of the day, we work on it in practice. Whoever the center is, we have to, get snaps before practice and after, so we could get really comfortable with it. So it was not a different feeling at all, because Galati played center for us before, and Cam was always our starter. But at the end of the day, it's the same.
I know you want to play in the league, but what's your major? And if football didn't become after, what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Right now, my major is communication and criminology, but my goal is to be a fireman. Get into academy and try to be a fireman and help people.